Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are Unfinished Thoughts. It's your boy Beast.
It's your boy Intro.
You already know. Thank y'all for watching the last episode. Definitely seeing some things that we could work with. We're going to make sure to bring out the best product for you guys. You already know. We like to get directly to the shit, so we're just going to get right to it.
Let's do it, man.
What were you just talking about with Ryan Garcia? What did he say?
Oh, it was just a month ago that he said he had photos of the elites that abducted him and the alien.
Boy's a nut.
Kidnapped him.
Look.
He's not a nut. He identifies as a woman, and because of that, he's a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. And to strike him would be a hate crime.
You're absolutely right.
Out of his mouth.
Look, as y'all, if y'all ain't figured it out already, we're talking about Haney versus Garcia, which at one point in time I never even thought was really gonna happen.
That's crazy.
It was one of those fights where I was like, I mean, I don't know if it really benefited Garcia, or if it really benefited Haney, cause Garcia just lost the tank and he didn't really look that great losing the tank. So it's
and then to top it off. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people out there that are saying that, because Garcia's presence on social media was so big, even pre-tank, post-tank even. A lot of people are saying that, that Garcia will give Haney a challenge. So, whether you believe it or not, a lot of people are saying social media is a big influence in the fight game.
He's one of the, he's like a social media boxer, but in the good way. He was a good boxer, but then social media threw him up.
Yeah,
so.
and now I feel like there's a lot of attention on the social media aspect and less on the boxing. Like you said, you made a very good point. He didn't look fabulous in his last loss at all. So
there's a lot saying that he does he even deserve this fight?
There it is, and did Clout help?
Oh, absolutely it did.
Yeah,
Clout got him the tank fight.
And you know what else got him the tank fight? Twitter. Whoever works at Tesla boy, Elon Musk. He owes Elon Musk a cut. And he's probably giving him one. Because that boy went nasty on social media for days at a time. And he's been consistent for a month and some change, 2 months. Look, man. Look. I don't know.
He just missed weight.
Yeah.
Weight.
And what were the stipulations you were telling us that means? So missing weight.
Yeah, so he was fined $600,000 for missing weight, but he and Haney had a handshake deal.
Yeah.
That if he was to miss weight, that he would pay $500,000 per pound.
Yeah.
Per whole pound.
Wow.
And he's lucky that he said per whole pound because he missed by over 3 pounds. It was by 3.2. He missed. He weighed in at 143.2, and that means that he has to pay a total of $2.1 million. Millions with an S.
Y'all think he's really gonna pay it?
Yeah.
What consistency has he shown you that says that he is going to do anything that's cool or consistent or right? It's like y'all don't expect the scammer to scam.
He could get abducted by elites again tomorrow.
Bro,
on the way to the drop,
and they're gonna find him in DR chilling
on the way to
with
the
a
drop.
bad Puerto Rican girl. He's gonna be chilling. Why is there a Puerto Rican girl in the Dominican Republic? I don't know, but it happened, and that's him. He just gonna be ducked off in a house. He's gonna look like Vin Diesel in every other Fast and the Furious
movie.
Say
that's where the aliens dropped him off.
They dropped me off
on the way to the drop. He was on the way to the 2.1 million drop.
As fuck.
And that's crazy. That's crazy to do that.
It's nuts, bro.
To do that, that's wild.
It's hilarious, dog. Look at getting back. We're gonna, because of course we don't want to just talk about the wild shit. Let's just talk about the boxing. That's why I tried to start off with that. Yeah. Him actually.
All right, so let's be honest. I mean, is he gonna win this fight?
This is what I don't think so, and here's why. Right, as simply put, and I always preface, I'm just an outsider looking in on a lot of shit, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not a boxer. I don't know these niggas.
Yeah.
But what I do know is Ryan Garcia has been on social media a lot. A lot. Where's David Haney not been outside of press conferences? on social media.
Anytime you make a nigga go back in the house because he wants to make sure there are no excuses when he comes to fight. When you make somebody shut up, that's when you should be the most scared.
And nigga. Like, granted, you know, that's just my personal opinion. Subjectively, I think it's not really gonna be close. I think Devin Haney's got it because he's been training for this. He's the champion. He's got something to lose. And at this point, with the stipulations about the pound,
and
Ryan Garcia's fighting just to make this nigga lose.
Yeah, and if he missed weight per stipulation,
that is a very dangerous situation.
And if he missed weight per stipulation, he cannot be the champion. That's in the contract.
And
so,
I think
if Haney loses, the belt is vacated.
Yeah.
So Ryan Garcia doesn't even win anything besides money.
So that means we've now put.
But he's lost $2.1 million before it even started.
Yeah.
So he might get to the black.
You know, but that's the thing. He's lost the fight before a punch has even been thrown.
That's what I mean. So what does he have to lose? Anytime you put.
But he also has nothing to gain. He's not going to be the champion.
But I'm telling you, people always go to negative right. They never think about that. They always think, especially dudes that are put in a position like that, if you've been doing a semblance of training. I'm not saying that Garcia is going to win. But what I'm saying is that there was at one point in time when this fight started, the only person that really had something to lose was Devin Haney. Because people think he's almost punching down. Like, Ryan Garcia does not look like a great boxer right now. But now you've put them both in similar situations. They both have nothing to lose. They got to go off because Devin Haney can't let this nigga that's been talking shit lose. And now this nigga Ryan Garcia can't win. The only thing he can do is make this man lose.
Yeah, he's literally fighting to make him lose his title.
That is amazing. That's a lot to fight for. If you know you can't win, no way. But if you hate somebody so much that you're like, I just don't want you to win. That's a hater. That is a hater. That is a scary man.
But you have to commit to that role though. You really have to hate that man that much, and that's the thing. I don't know if his heart is all the way in.
He can't. He hasn't really been committed to one thing.
He got his heart and his head is in a lot of places right now.
But not
I don't know if it's in a locked in. I hate this man so much because that could be where Haney is at.
Yeah.
Haney ain't said nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Haney said, this man's crazy. There's something wrong with this.
Like I said, for the most part, and that's why I think that Haney probably wins the fight. But I'm just saying that motivation, that type of motivation,
if he has it,
that's like super villain motivation.
Yeah, but you got to be locked in. You super villains. If you're gonna be a super villain, you got to commit.
He has the chance to do the best thing ever.
Because super villains are going against what? They're going against superheroos.
Yep.
So they got to really commit to what they believe in order to do it.
Superheroes have everything to lose a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Like, them niggas, you know, you seen anime, oh, your family or this and that make you weak. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, no, because I'm the main character, nigga, so it only can make me stronger, right? So we got to figure out who the main character is.
He said, nigga, you can die tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Ooh, it's time to figure out who the main character is. Yeah. It's looking like Ryan Garcia, though. This nigga's crazy. Look.
Bro.
It's crazy that he's the main character.
He was just playing Diddy at the press conference.
Like
you are a wild human being.
It's like name one main character that has this motivation. Like, I have everything to lose. I just don't want you to win. But that same main character wanted to be the main character though. Like, that's not even consistent with main character roles. Most of them don't want to be the main character.
They just want to try.
They either don't care about being the main character or they don't want.
If somebody listens to this and makes an anime off of that shit, we want our 20%, dog.
At least
we need that. We need that.
At least let me be a voice actor for one of the little pet monsters or some shit.
Yeah, if it goes off, that would be nuts.
If it goes nuts.
I want to be one of the people that dunks Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I want to be one of them.
His name is going to be Tom Garcia-san. It's going to go nuts. It's going to be a boxing anime.
Boxing anime. Yo, that's crazy. But no,
he just keeps losing inside of the ring, but he wins outside of it. That's the real story.
But like, this nigga brought Cirque du Soleil. Mm-hmm. He had him play a Diddy song that Diddy's paying $2,000 for the rest of his life for using that sample.
I can't even hum it because who knows? They might try to mark the video. So.
And the thing is, he didn't even think about that. We're thinking about that.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia didn't even think about that.
He doesn't care. He's at the point where he just doesn't. It doesn't matter to him.
Oh, he cares.
Yeah.
He cares about other things that we care about.
Yeah, he's worried about aliens and being kidnapped by the elite.
He has other worries.
You know what? Like, I'm going to tell y'all right now, this fight is more I'm not going to lie. Ryan Garcia did his job. This fight is more interesting because he's been a weirdo. If that's his goal. But that's going on that superhero
speculation shit. And, the whole little...
All right. I think that for the most part, we'll go ahead. This is going to come out, and the Garcia fights are already going to happen. So let's go ahead and go down the line. I think that Garcia could win, but I think Haney probably is going to win.
Yeah, Garcia. It's not so far out of the park that like Garcia has no chance in hell, but I'm giving it to Haney for sure.
Look, I personally don't think it's gonna be close.
Yeah,
because of the fact that again, just by boxing is one of those sports.
You have to
be in camp. You gotta be locked the fuck in. We ain't really been seeing Devin Haney outside of these niggas' press conferences and weigh-ins, right? We've been seeing Ryan Garcia all the time.
And boxing is one of those things there are only so many guys that exist in the world that are like a John Jones. Somebody that can literally just go. They can get so much out of going to the gym one time a week. That's the reason why, and we're about to get into UFC and stuff.
Yeah. Eventually, but
eventually.
But let me just
there aren't that many guys that can just roll out of bed and get it done, and that's why I agree. For the most part, I think that it's going to be Garcia.
You know somebody who can roll out of bed and get it done.
The guy that as I said, we was gonna get in. Look. John Jones, TKO in general. So TKO is the establishment that ended up buying WWE and they bought UFC.
And now they're one.
And
which is why, if you've been wondering why you're getting all of those ads for the slap competitions and shit, that's why.
That's why.
Welcome.
That's another
welcome
one.
To the new norm.
The guy that we were talking about that can jump out of bed and get it done, you kind of heard me say his name already. That boy John Jones. I think, and I know a lot of people argued, there's actually a few people that I've kind of had to not listen to because they still try to pull a lot of the stuff that he's done off the field onto him as a fighter.
Which isn't really fair.
John Bones Jones, I think, is the best ever.
Because not only is it not fair, but like even if it was fair, in spite of all of the things that he's done off camera, this man has still been the single most dominant champion in UFC history. Starting off by being the youngest UFC champion in history. Which is crazy because like that's a long ass run. That's a LeBron James run, and like you literally don't get that. I don't care who you are. That's a once in a generation.
And not in a fighting sport, not in the combat sport.
No, not when the whole sport is to get banged up on your head. Not when you don't wear pads and shit like that. No, it's a real deal to do this. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for the man.
He's when I look at John Jones, I think I just don't know if there's, and we've talked about this off camera a lot, but I don't know if there's many dudes that if there was a Mortal Kombat tournament, like in real life, that I would have to pick John.
John's gonna be up there. You probably might call Francis. You might call Francis.
Yeah, but like, what if you only had one pick?
If you only have one pick, then John. He's the baddest motherfucker on the planet. That's so scary.
Yeah,
that's a scary deal, especially when in fact.
Sorry, I just had flashbacks to that nigga. Francis Ngannou getting knocked out.
You know, and that's who they were saying, right? That's the big super fight. And the crazy thing is if that can happen with a punch, can you imagine what John Jones would do with an axe kick?
Yeah. And Francis is nice, but I've never really liked that conversation because they're just different dudes, bro. They're different dudes. I've seen John Jones choke somebody out standing up. I've seen this, like, he's done just outlandish shit. Like, he was in the gym, and he was sitting around with his homies smoking, and he was like, hey, imagine if I choked a nigga out standing up. His coaches are like, get the fuck? Get out of here, John. Next thing you know, he just gets in the ring, because you know he probably don't tell nobody what his plans are when he's going in there. He's going in there with his own thought process.
That nigga goes in eagle formation.
Look, and he figures out whatever's vulnerable, bro. Whatever's vulnerable. Somebody else that's been doing that
Potent.
recently
Come on.
is
I was about to say Potent, man, because
El Potan, the giant of a man
And
that
takes us over to UFC 300 this past weekend. Let's start with Zhang Weili and Yan Xiaonan. I'm probably butchering those.
Yeah. We might have a link to like the UFC website or whatever, maybe the title card or something. I might put that in the chat so y'all can actually see the full card if you didn't see it.
What a great card.
That was a good card.
That was a good card. And that fight that you're talking about, the Juan fight, it was a really good. Let's all be real. She might have lost in the first round. Homegirl that was choking her out in the head. Yeah.
She briefly lost consciousness.
Did you see how she got off of the floor, bro?
She stumbled and went to the
wrong corner.
They had to turn her around.
They
physically had to turn her around.
They had to be like, no, it's that way. She said, oh, yeah.
Bro.
She stumbled off.
Like, it was such
But it was the most beautiful showcase of grappling
versus
striking that you will ever see. Because no matter what happened, there was obviously and always...
Because Homegirl was winning on the hands. Homegirl that ended up getting
every single
choked
time.
out. Every
with
time
single
she
strikes.
stood up, she was... Yeah, bro.
Every hit was
combos.
a significant strike and also a knockdown. Who does that?
Yeah,
She wasn't. No combos, bro. Just one time.
It was a hit, and Weili is damn.
And she's down.
Bro, it was such a good fight, dog. Like, I love watching women's fights that are engaging like that. Because sometimes
women UFC fights go crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I've watched fights before where they have two wrestlers in there, and I'm like, I don't mind if they're like kind of wrestling, but I want to see.
You're a striker.
Yeah, I'm more of a striker guy. But
it's more exciting. It's more exciting. I'll give that. Being a grappler myself, but I'll even admit striking is
more exciting. But like I'm a grappler in real life, just like dudes.
I believe all of us. I know I wrestled a little bit in high school too.
On the UFC game, nigga, I'll knock a nigga head, twin and watch him dry. Look,
I'm taking you down.
Yeah,
I want to tap.
Knuckles and elbows and.
It was
toes,
like just
the BMF.
Yeah, I was about to say, just to give you an example, we can go to another fight on that card. That was amazing.
Justin Gaethje, and fucking Max Holloway. Look, that fight
down to the literal last second.
Down to the literal. Thank you for saying that because that's exactly what it was, bro. This nigga Max Holloway did his signature. No.
Yeah.
Right
in the
middle. Right here.
That nigga pointed.
Look.
And Gaethje, who I think that nigga would probably like put his hand in a blender if you gave him a nickel or something. He's the type of nigga that'd be like, you think I can punch this blender to stop?
Yeah. And
it's not gonna happen.
No, he's gonna lose his hand, but he's gonna try. He's gonna be completely confident in that motherfucker the whole time.
I'm gonna headbutt
fingers. Yeah.
Truth is on top.
Facts. Down to the last second.
But no, that fight was crazy. It went to the last second.
It was great, bro.
That nigga said, "Get here."
Yeah.
Get here, and these niggas started throwing them.
And he went.
What was the combo he hit him with?
He hit him with.
I think it was two body.
Two to the body and one to the head.
It was like bing, bing, and then Gaethje threw a hook, I believe. That nigga
right
Max Holloway ducked it and to an overhand.
He threw a right hook.
It was a right hook or overhand.
Overhand.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
It was right overhand.
Yeah.
It hit.
He was asleep.
That nigga was asleep. 1 second left on the clock, bro. It was the last second of the match, of the round, of the fucking fight.
Yeah.
Fight of the night.
Yeah.
And on the UFC 4 or UFC 5
too.
On UFC 5, I gonna hold you. I think I bet that one to be fight of the night.
Probably.
So I got my little 250 coins.
On the game.
See, you feel me? So look,
what's up?
Got my little 250 coins.
Oh,
I'm on that UFC 5.
We putting that out there too. Y'all want tags, y'all want hands and stuff. It's a lot of games that we talk about over here that we don't be talking about.
Yeah.
When the game time come, ain't nothing to talk about.
Don't get beat up out here, boy. Niggas
definitely go follow
virtually
us.
nice.
We are out here in the PlayStation Network playing all of the games that
when
you
it comes
like
to
to play.
striking, I am untouched. In UFC 5.
Look,
come.
We got UFC 5.
Come one, come all.
Xenoverse.
Ooh.
Niggas play Madden. Look.
That Xenoverse 2 is something different.
Yeah, that Xenoverse 2 is something
Shinobi Strikers.
Shinobi Strikers.
Yeah,
that's
Shinobi Strikers.
Those are worlds you probably shouldn't join.
Yeah.
If your resolve isn't strong enough.
You
have to be ready to die.
Yeah, we got 1,000+ hours in Xenoverse, so if you ain't, they call me the professor and that shit, bro.
Look,
if you ain't on that.
Look,
For real, then you ain't on that for real.
All DLCs type shit.
Stay out.
Like, look, we really out there. So we will have our PSN tag somewhere. Y'all will be able to find it.
Yeah, if y'all want to, if y'all ain't scared. But speaking of DLCs, I think Alex Pereira was a DLC.
Yeah.
Not on the game, in real life.
Yeah.
That nigga's a DLC to the light heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And now he's about to be a DLC to the heavyweight division after his...
Fam.
Go ahead.
Fam.
We'll never see the John Jones elbow time fight because after Jones does this next fight,
he's probably done.
He's retiring.
Yeah.
He's
fighting
I don't think that.
right?
I don't think he wants to. I don't think that Pereira has a wanting to.
Yeah.
Like really go after Jones.
I guess the point is, does he run heavyweight like he runs light heavyweight?
He got to 235 for that fight.
Because Jones isn't going to be a factor, is what I mean.
Yeah, he got to
Jones
235.
Oh, you're saying without
fight.
a John Jones in the heavyweight, is Pereira filling that vacuum?
Absolutely.
Is he the king of heavyweight?
If Pereira comes from middleweight.
Yeah.
If Pereira comes from middleweight.
He's in contention for one of the best of all time if he does
Pereira,
that.
if that happens,
yeah.
If he comes from middleweight and he goes to heavyweight and he dominates heavyweight, he doesn't lose in heavyweight, he dominates heavyweight.
They're literally, for one, there's nothing else that can be proven.
There's nothing else that can be proven.
There's literally nothing else that can be proven.
And if y'all,
he's a champion,
can y'all give
classes?
me a reason why he wouldn't be able to?
He just said that. First off, let's talk right here.
That nigga said, come to the middle.
We skipped over the fight because that's how quick the actual fight was. Yeah. Pereira versus Jamal Hill.
Yeah, we went absolutely over it. Yeah. He absolutely, and that's why we skipped over it. I'm telling you right now, guys.
It was a moment in time.
It was one of the most embarrassing things. I didn't really watch that many Jamal Hill fights. So he already wasn't high on my list. And then he started talking shit, and I'm like,
do you know Pereira?
Do you know who this is, bro?
You know that nigga's a quarter Gundam, right?
Bro, I've been telling niggas this nigga weight don't look right for years, bro. For years. Since we first damn near saw this nigga.
I'm gonna give it to this nigga. This nigga Beast called it. He did say when this nigga Pereira was fighting in what was it, middleweight?
Yes.
Beast called it. Beast is like, this nigga's going to light heavyweight.
Bro.
That nigga Pereira ran through middleweight. He lost to Izzy. Izzy got his little comeback. That was a crazy good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy got his little comeback. Pereira moved to light heavyweight. This nigga Beast was like, you know what? This nigga might go to heavyweight. Soon as he dusted Jamal Hill, soon as he snapped and Jamal Hill turned into dust. Soon as he stepped on Jamal Hill. Soon as he hit that nigga Jamal Hill with an F5. Soon as he pointed at Jamal Hill and Jamal Hill turned invisible, that nigga said what? Yep. I want to have a fight at heavyweight.
Of course.
And now we pose the question. We go back. We fast forward back to what this nigga Deuce was just asking, and that was,
what?
Is this nigga the king?
Yeah.
Bro, like
does he run it? I'm telling you, I don't see why y'all wouldn't think. What about you? What about the way that he fights? Does it tell you that he's just? I told y'all, nigga. There's a reason we don't see this nigga.
I'm not even disrespecting heavyweight.
He be off camera at like 250, 255. It's gonna be like when John Jones moved to heavyweight.
Yeah.
John might have to fight that nigga. John might be forced to fight that.
What's crazy is the thing is, you're right. I was thinking about that when you brought it up. And if that happens, that's a fight.
That's the most. It's the most dangerous of John's legacy that he's ever been in.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Right there, because for a whole bunch of reasons.
If it gets to the point where
this is the oldest that John Jones has ever been, and like Pereira's in his prime, fam. Yeah. This is what prime looks like for Pereira, and
this is how you kill a king.
It is scary.
This is how you kill a king.
John's best bet is to follow his plan. To fight Stipe.
I think you're not saying that. I'm saying it with venom. Look, I love John to death. John,
you don't think John?
I think John could beat him, but it would look very serial game-y.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's exactly.
It would look very
because he would have to do it quick because he's not gonna be able to take them shots. He's not gonna be able to. And remember, Pereira's fast.
He's much faster than Cyril Gane.
Oh my God.
Cyril Gane was fast for his size.
But that's the thing. John is the single most dynamic champion that we've ever seen.
He's beat. I was just talking about it earlier.
He's beaten the list of the myriad list of light heavyweight greats.
Yeah,
and did it in startling fashion, like we're talking about, and that was nightmare.
Yeah.
He used to go by the Dream back then, Diego Sanchez, who he put to sleep standing up.
Yep.
Who else did he tap? He tapped Rampage Jackson with a leg.
Yep.
He tapped him with a leg. He tapped him with a leg. He took the belt. He was supposed to be fighting his very first fight. I mean, his very first. Yep. It was supposed to be Rashad Evans versus Lyoto Machida, and he knocked out Lyoto Machida.
Yeah.
To become the youngest. Like, he is the single most dynamic. It doesn't matter if it's striking. It doesn't matter if it's standing up. It doesn't matter if you're strong.
It's literally whatever.
It doesn't matter if you're
is.
faster than him. It doesn't matter if you're as long as somebody is. Like who was Skyscraper?
Stephen Struve.
It doesn't matter if you're fucking tall and shit and all
that nigga tried to buy a DLC and they gave that nigga a bad version of the game.
You feel me?
You too goddamn tall, nigga, to not be a beast. You 7 feet.
You 7 foot tall, nigga.
That nigga got corrupted data. Like,
if you
for
don't
real.
got a championship, nigga, go to WWE or some shit. Go join the.
Speaking of WWE.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful segment.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit. Hold
I
on.
love that segment.
Look.
So,
WrestleMania, it was, what was that, WrestleMania 40? You want to go?
WrestleMania 40. I just want to say.
Go ahead.
I haven't felt like such a fucking child.
Since I was a fucking child.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sitting there, right? And, like, I didn't catch every match. I don't think I actually seen clips of night 1. But night 2 was where I saw it mostly. And I was actually, me and Desmond was watching it together. Mm-hmm. Not together.
But
no Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy.
No, but like I was watching it at the same time he was watching it.
We was all watching
it at the same time. Our homeboy Savage was watching it. I think Deuce was on it too at the same time. Mm-hmm. We was all watching it. And, you know, just it was a while ago. So just real quick with the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Nightmare.
And you got the, you know, everybody want Cody to finish the story and everything. I think everybody kind of knew we were going to see one of the greats, right? Somebody jump out, and everybody, the consensus was what, Beast? Who was supposed to be the nigga?
Stone Cold.
It was supposed to be Stone Cold, right?
Yeah.
Which I would have been okay with, too. I would have been so happy.
Absolutely.
I would have been so happy.
They made me happy either way.
But then that nigga John Cena popped out. And you heard the little...
Yeah, that nigga went crazy.
And that nigga ran out, and like, I ain't never seen a nigga slick his hair back so much to cover up a bald spot, but he still went crazy. That nigga John Cena still went nuts, but he kept slicking his hair back. His bald spot was hot, nigga. He was trying to get some air.
He gonna look like the Hulk in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that nigga kept slicking it back, but John Cena coming out was dope. Then The Rock came out.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins came out, which Seth Rollins ended up being technically what really helped Cody win. You know?
Correct. Yeah, at the end.
But then, when niggas heard that gong.
Yeah.
When niggas heard that gong.
My heart went straight down. Back up again, nigga.
It went nuts, bro. When we saw the Taker,
that nigga
bro.
Undertaker, look.
It was amazing, bro. You could visibly hear it because we was on group chat on PlayStation where you can get them hands. You'll be able to see the links later. But
it was louder.
It was crazy, bro. It went absolutely wild. You could tell that the crowd that was there went crazy. It was one of the best parts. Also, the a lot of the symbolism that they had in it, bro. The fact that the way that Roman Reigns lost was really the way that Seth Rollins had attacked him.
He had betrayed the Shield.
Yeah, but the Shield way at the beginning, bro.
Roman.
The writing was amazing. They did a really, really good job.
It was
TKO was doing their thing right now.
And we know, absolutely, and we know Roman had to take a break. We all wish Roman the best. He's one of the most dominant champions in WWE history. We know he's taking a little break because of his cancer, and it came back and everything. And he's just resting right now. Of course, I know we're going to see Roman back again. He's Roman. You know what I'm saying? And like, I did hear that every time, every storyline revolved around Roman Reigns and his tenure as the Universal Champion, and nothing can be closer to the truth other than it being the truth. He's absolutely right. You know, we wish the best for Roman. All of us here from this podcast. We wish the best for everybody.
Absolutely. Was happy for Cody. Was happy to see all the people that we saw. Was happy to see Undertaker. Was happy to see. I think we talked about that. I don't even think we talked about The Rock. There was so many people there, bro. They pay great fan service.
Yeah.
TKO, if you have not invested in TKO, I don't know if they're public yet or on the public market.
I think they're public.
Yeah, I would look into buying some stock in the TKO.
I'm pretty sure that's their ticket too.
Yeah, I would. Bro, when I tell you with what they're doing and what they have, it just looks like they're gonna do really, really good things. I'm really, really excited for the future of wrestling, which I haven't said that in years.
Yeah, which
and
is crazy.
Of course UFC. I'm really excited.
Just fight combat sports in general. We are gonna have to. Our next episode, we're gonna talk about our first topic that we covered today because we will have had seen the fight by then.
Correct.
If the fucking fight happens, I mean, at this point, we're in no man's land. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen from now, but we can all.
Can it even go down if you're a female?
This is another one of the things that's wild. Nut ass nigga said. That nigga wild,
Can
bro.
Can it even go down?
But we're also, the next episode, we're going to tap into some anime.
Absolutely. I'm excited for that. All of us are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be caught up.
And as y'all noticed, there was a theme throughout this whole episode. You'll see it in the title. You should already know what it is. This was just an episode about that, which I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did a hands episode. Knuckles, nigga. Hands in some way, shape, or form. It's hands.
Elbows and shoulders.
But that's what I was about to say, bro.
So we're going to get back to y'all. We're going to get back into it and get some more topics. Tell us what you think in the comments. Tell us if you have any topics you want to talk about that we might have missed. Let us know.
If you disagree with anything, get in the topic so niggas can get on your neck.
You're supposed to disagree, but if you get on my neck, I'm getting on your greasy ass neck. Ugly little butt.
Soggy face ass nigga.
And look, I ain't even gonna hold you. Them links is in the bottom, bro. And like we really out here. So,
we really with it. We really with it.
You know,
you might
if
even
you want to get some of the hands that we talk about, and then you can get talked about in the next podcast.
Yep.
You know.
And we shouting out your username.
Come see about us.
I'm shouting out your username crazy. Especially if you talk shit and got hit, ugly little boy. Your ass got rocked. Like, nah, don't do that.
But also, if you got hands and you work niggas gonna shout you out as well.
Exactly.
Niggas will absolutely shout you out. If you got hands and you fucking nigga up, I'm gonna give you a shout out. Like, this nigga got knuckles in me.
Yeah, flowers be given over here.
Yeah. We gonna need a hater like Ryan Garcia from the chat. That nigga's gonna be crazy. He's gonna be willing to die just to make sure I lose or you lose.
Goofy.
Look.
Always one, man.
But look, we're gonna get back at y'all boys. As you know, this is Unfinished Thoughts Podcast. It's your boy Beast.
It's your boy Intro.
It's your boy Black Menace.
And we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace, love. Y'all know what it is.
Peace, brother.
Love.